Excuse me. Hello there, people of the universe. My name is MichSciFi, and welcome to the next DCEU discussion video. Now, this is sadly the first film that was a critical hit, which is a bloody shame because had the previous two films got the same response this one did, the hype would have been even bigger and it would have been fucking amazing. Although the film itself is amazing on its own, and that is 2017's Wonder Woman. Oh my god, is this a beautiful film for a plethora of reasons, like all the other ones, although maybe the reason I'm saying it more enthusiastically is because I've rewatched this semi-recently. With the other films, with Man of Steel, I watched that pretty close to the video. BVS, I don't need to because I've watched that enough, and I'll go on about it forever and ever and ever. Suicide Squad, that was about 3 weeks ago, I don't really remember. And then this, I literally finished watching this, I think yesterday, and oh my god, it's brilliant. I won't get into this too much because it's the sequel, but I do love Wonder Woman 84, but this one, there's something about this film and focusing solely on this film, don't worry. In fact, with a lot of the DC films, it's very hard to pick just because there's so much stuff that stands out, and Wonder Woman is no different. This is actually the first... No, this was the second DC film second in a row that I saw twice in the cinema. I mentioned with BVS that I saw it with my dad, and then the day after with my mum because of a breakup that was happening, and it distracted me, and in fact it shit me up because I think I mentioned this, but there's two moments in BVS where Batman made me jump. With Wonder Woman though, I saw that twice in general. I saw it once on my own, and then about I think 3 weeks later, or maybe 3 days later, I can't remember, I saw it again with my friend Josh, who I haven't spoken to in a while. So I really hope he's seen the Snyder Cut and I hope he enjoyed it because we saw Justice League together. But anyway, Wonder Woman, where do I even start? Say best and favourite. Okay, for best, I'm going to say the music. Say what you want about Justice League, as in Zack Snyder's, because that's the only version that exists. Say what you want about that and this film, and just how often they use Wonder Woman's theme in general. It is used a lot, but like slow motion with Zack Snyder, I never think it's used unnecessarily, and the music is no exception for Wonder Woman. That theme is utterly phenomenal. In fact, what I'm going to do, hang on, let me just... Tina Guo, the best time it's used, in my opinion, is when they're running through the village, and it's just after the No Man's Land scene, which don't you worry, we're going to fucking get to that. And then she says, Steve, come on, and she leaps out of the trenches, she runs into the city, and then obviously she goes, stay here, I'll go on ahead, and Steve and the others are like, and then Steve goes, they're like, well, go on then, we're not just going to wait here. And then something where she leaps up and she smashes through a wall and she crouches like that and she looks up and then it goes, I can't do the theme. It's in the same bit where she's in the building where she breaks a gun over her back and then she ends up leaping through a window, a shot that's used in a trailer when Warriors from Imagine Dragons starts playing, which that trailer as well, holy shit. Wonder Woman is the reason why I love that song as much as I do, because it's brilliant, as in Imagine Dragon Warriors, not the theme song for Wonder Woman, although that is amazing as well. Because when it first came up in BVS, when she saved Batman, then when the smoke cleared and it started playing, you think it can't get any better, but it can, and it's such an amazing theme. And then going on to my favourite part of the film, it is by far No Man's Land. There are execs at WB who wanted to cut that. Now, obviously, by now, we know that WB have no fucking clue what they're doing with these characters, but with that scene, it's so baffling, because the whole setup where, no man can cross it, it was so dangerously close to being a really preachy moment, and you're like, oh, here we go. And it would have ruined it, but it didn't. It wasn't about no man so a woman can do it. No, it wasn't about that. Steve means no one can do it, but Diana isn't anybody. It's not that she's a woman, no, she's a warrior, she's an Amazon, she's Wonder Woman. The woman part isn't the key part here. It's like Superman isn't a hopeful icon because he's a man. No, it's because of what the person he is stands for. It's an iconic moment in the way when she goes, no, but it's what I'm here to do. And then when the coat or the cloak, whatever, drops down, you see the shield, and then she climbs up with the way they film her gauntlets. And then when she comes over the top, and then when the first bullet, and she deflects it, and then when it starts speeding up. Obviously, you need a slow-mo part when she spreads her arms out as she climbs up, just for that show off the costume. And then throughout the film, as it gets muckier and more worn, and the way it is shot is so fucking good. And then I've not even touched on the rest, like Gal's acting. Gal Gadot, she is brilliant. It baffles me because before Zack cast her, thank you, Mr. Snyder, she was actually close to giving up acting. So I'm so glad Zack saw what we now all see. But he saw it before any of this, and he just saw something in her, like with Ben, Henry, Jason, Ray, Ezra, and he helped bring it to life. And I'm so thankful because this is why I'm glad the solo film happened after BVS, because I knew Wonder Woman was a great character, but I wasn't that bothered about her solo film because I wasn't that familiar. I'd never seen her before in anything. So when she showed up in BVS, I was like, fucking hell, she's incredible. And one moment in BVS where she smiles at Doomsday when she gets knocked down and she just gets back up and keeps on fighting, it made me want to see the solo film. And I'm glad I did. It's a brilliant film. Gal's acting is phenomenal. It's on point. Patty Jenkins as a director is brilliant. Yes, Zack did the story, but I'm not one of those people who anything that Zack didn't direct is crap. No, I hate people that do that. Zack hasn't done every DC film, and the ones he hasn't done, they aren't crap because of that. No. Yes, he did the story for Wonder Woman, and that's brilliant, but the directing was Patty, and she did a brilliant job. And then Chris Pine, I know I said Chris Pratt. Steve Trevor, he's just there. That's a cool shot as well. Yeah, he is brilliant. I don't know what it is, but just the whole spirit he has, the whole personality, the confidence. I love how he is as a character, but as well he still has those moments where he's distracted by Diana and how beautiful she is, but it's not embarrassing, it's not overdone, it's done just the right amount because Gal she is gorgeous, she's beautiful. And I do like how Chris is not like a but he's like a it's like it adds to their chemistry, as does their scenes together, the chemistry and the romance. It's so brilliant, and it doesn't feel out of nowhere because it's been building slowly. And then obviously after No Man's Land and the big fight they just went through and the adrenaline and just everything, it helps build and they get close. It's just such a romantic moment, and I love it. And then as well, the people who play Chief, the Scottish one and the one in the Fez, I hate that I can't remember the names, I'm really sorry, but all of them. And then Sir Patrick, or Lupin from Harry Potter, as my girlfriend knows him, like all of them. And then the guy who plays General Ludwig, I don't know how you say her name. And then Dr. Poison, and then Hippolyta, her mother, Antiope. Everyone in this film is fucking phenomenal, and the story, as I say, is brilliant. I won't spoil it. You've probably seen it, but just in case, I still warn. But the whole thing with the God Killer and Ares and everything about Diana's journey for the first film is brilliant, and I'll bring it up more in that video. But I stand by this. Wonder Woman 84 doesn't mess with the canon, it still blends in. There may have been execs at Warner Brothers that were trying to mess with the canon, so it didn't work with Zack's vision, but it still does in my opinion. And Wonder Woman it was so nice to re-watch this recently, because obviously I didn't get a chance to finish it by the time Zack Snyder's Justice League came out, but I had watched the first half before I watched that, and when I did, it felt so right, because obviously this came out in June 2017, meaning Justice League was meant to come out, it was coming out after this, and had it been Zack's vision, and the way Zack respects Wonder Woman, unlike Joss, the moments in Justice League, Zack Snyder, as someone I said Justice League, there's only one version I'm talking about. The moments Diana gets, it only adds on to this. And it isn't ruined by Wonder Woman 84's existence. No, because we get to see multiple different sides of Diana, and I truly and utterly love it, and I will never stop loving this film. Never. Like, the costume, the way they designed it is brilliant, it's modern, it sticks to the comics. The way they did it, the way they made it more iconic and more... less like a corset and pants, more like it's still a corset, but they did it in a way where it's armor, and for me it doesn't feel sexualized. It just feels like a articulated piece of armor, if that makes sense. She wears it beautifully, and you may notice my Wonder Woman poster isn't there anymore. I've just moved it over because I want to put some stuff on that side of the wall, like a picture of me and Lucy, a picture of me in my Batman cosplay, because there is a shot that we managed to get where I'm like, yeah, I want that on a canvas, and then some other stuff's going to go there, but my Wonder Woman poster is over there. It's still up there, and it's power, grace, elegance, wonder, everything. She's fucking phenomenal. And while yes, Batfleck and Henry Cavill Superman should have had 2 films by now as well, I am also glad that Diana Gall is also getting a third film. I am really excited for that, and I really hope it is set in modern day after Justice League, and maybe Superman appears, because Patty has hinted at that, but very briefly. So that would be brilliant to see. But yeah, what do you guys think of Wonder Woman? I think it's my third favourite. I don't really know. I'll have to, when we get to the last film, I'll probably go back and tell you my ratings for all these films. But for now, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye.
I'm a living legend. You ain't heard yet, you not get the message. From the moment that I'm stepping in, I get a couple weapons. Yeah, I turn to a beast when I'm rapping. I'm a living legend.